believe the sun and the shadows. I just watched a video that Brother Chris did on the CDC's announcement that they expect the coronavirus to be more widespread in the United States, and that the World Health Organization just said they expect this to become a global pandemic. And it's based on two factors. It's based on how quickly it's spreading and how the numbers are rising in places like Iran, with 60 people affected, and them saying, you know, initially 10, 12 people died, then 25 people died, and now a local person saying 50. 50 out of 60 would be 90% death rate. Now, can their numbers be trusted? Probably not, since their health minister said it was not a problem, and then he came down with that virus himself. So, whether that's true or not doesn't really matter. What matters is that it's there and it's spreading pretty quickly. Our CDC saying that they expect it to come here and to spread also is still not a case for us to just lose our minds, because we have a very excellent healthcare system. Now, Brother Chris's point that our healthcare system is not ready for it to be as widespread as it is in, say, Iran, he's also right. I mean, we are a very sophisticated healthcare system. I mean, for me to be helicoptered from one state into the next and operated, in a 6-long-hour brain surgery like 2 or 3 days later, tells you that it's a very sophisticated system. But I do believe he's right, and he is seeing the inside view of it, that generally speaking, our medical system is not set up to handle an epidemic. You know, it's set up to handle the normal amount of cases. You know, the big city hospitals are more geared to seeing people coming through their emergency rooms. There are hospital beds in every hospital available, but not thousands and thousands, if you know what I mean. So our healthcare system, should it become like it is in Wuhan and Wubai, would probably have to do a similar thing. I doubt they'd go outdoors with a hospital, but they would do things like commandeer local schools, local gyms, local community centers, and then staff them with National Guardsmen or emergency responders from fire departments and people like that. They would kind of commandeer them. They would say, hey, firefighter or whatever, who's also EMT certified, you're now going to become a public health nurse at the local elementary school, and we're going to give you your own little ward, and we're going to staff you, and you're going to have 2 other people, and you're going to be there over a 24-hour cycle or something like that. And then probably the government would get into the buying, producing, distributing of the supplies that were needed. So if your little town had 100 patients in your local elementary school, and you started running out of, say, aspirin, that would go up to your next level, to your county, and then to your state. And your state would contact the FedGov and be like, hey, we need aspirin ASAP. And then the FedGov would release the funds and, make these kind of things happen. Brother Chris, I love how he brings the faith side of this whole thing in. For people who read the Bible and believe that Yahweh is God, this very much shapes up with some of what is foretold in Revelation, and that our spiritual houses, what the heck doing exactly what he tells us to do. And one of the things that Brother Chris has brought up multiple times, my husband has said it multiple times, is the wise man foresees the danger and hides himself from it. Now, for a military guy, they're not used to the hiding themselves from a problem. They are the kind of people who are overcoming problems. I guess that's not going to work out. They are used to, using force to overcome problems. And for a wise man to hide himself from a problem is a different mindset. But that's what the Father says. He doesn't say, you need to be on the front line as a volunteer and out there being Mother Teresa. It says you hide yourself from it. Well, doesn't hiding yourself from it sound like quarantining? It sure does to me. So I love how he does that, and I think it is, for people like us, very significant that we be listening to what the Father has to tell us, that we be very attuned to the Holy Spirit. The Father also moves his people, as my husband has said, and then Brother Chris has said, not only coming out of her, my people, as Pastor Joe says, but also, hey, Yeshua, or not Yeshua, what's his dad's name? Oh my gosh. Mary and Joseph. Hey, Joseph, grab Mary, take her over to Egypt. Things are looking a little hairy in your area. I want you to move. You're a refugee. And then when times are good, go back. And Abraham, I want you to move around too. I want you to spend a little time in Egypt. Let them give you some things and then move on. So you need to be attuned to the Father. You need to be attuned to the Holy Spirit when these hard times happen, when famine and plagues happen, so that you can be obedient to the Father and he can carry you through. It's just, it's a really good frame of mind to have. And what else does the Father say about these kind of things? Oh, that you're to be prepared, right? That you're supposed to have 7 years of food stored up when 7 years of famine is coming, so that you can feed your family. And also, in some cases, like with Joseph down in Egypt, you may be distributing food. If you are put in a position of authority to where you can say, hey, I want you to store that up, and then you are later distributing it, and you're wow, in his case, he really kind of reorganized the whole country. People were selling themselves for food. Then they were selling their land. It was a huge deal. And pandemics are huge deals. Pandemics by nature are sweeping and epic and affect a lot of parts of your life. So it's a good time to be in your Word, and a good time to follow the Bible. It's a good time to be prepared, and it's a good time to keep your eyes open and be watching. All right, thanks. Talk to you later. Shalom.